Namaste and welcome to Wisdom with Grace Yoga. My name is Sophie, and on this channel I am the Manifesting Yogini. Today I'm sharing a modified all levels vinyasa practice because I've been healing a knee injury. Quick note, this is not therapy or rehab, just a gentle practice. I'll be skipping poses like lunges and squats. While these can be strengthening for healthy knees, they may aggravate an existing knee injury. So we'll leave them out. Like always, if anything else I offer hurts, please honor your body, modify, or back out. For a bit of spiritual wisdom, knee pain can reflect your relationship with humility and confidence. Because kneeling symbolizes humility, pain may suggest resistance to bending or change, pointing to a need for flexibility or surrender. But if you've already been overly humble, constantly yielding, shrinking, or putting others first, it may mean you've bent enough and are being called to stand in your confidence, boundaries, and self-worth. The left knee is our feminine side, emotional world, inner child, relationships, and vulnerability. Right knee is the masculine, external world, work, authority, expectations, and responsibility. So grab any props you'd like to use, put on some music that feels supportive to you, and let's begin. So begin seated in a comfortable seat. If seated this way aggravates your knees at all, then I recommend getting some sort of prop underneath your knees, a blanket or bolster. But if you're okay here, you can stay right here, one foot in front or on top of the shin. Palms up for receiving or down for grounding. And we'll begin like we usually begin classes with chanting Om. Continuing to breathe in and out through the nose. Finding some length here through the spine. Checking in with the physical body, noticing here. On your next inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Lengthen the ears away from the shoulders. Exhale, twisting to the right, placing the left hand onto the right knee. The right hand comes behind you, fingertips towards you, and lengthen through the base of the spine, gazing over the right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper by pressing gently through that left hand. Left hand stays right where it is. The right hand sweeps overhead, side bend over to the left. Inhale, returning back to center and twisting to the left. Gently lengthen through the base of the spine, and the gaze is the final part of the twist. Relax the shoulders down the back. Left arm reaches overhead, the right hand stays where it is. Side bend over to the right. Release. Bring the hands right behind you, fingertips towards you, soles of the feet on the mat, and walk their feet a little farther forward, pressing through the heels. We'll draw the hips towards the heels and then lift them up towards the ceiling. If that feels wise in your body, you may relax the head back if that feels wise. Take a breath in and exhale. Return the hips back towards the hands, crossing the opposite foot in front if you can remember which one that was. And inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, twisting to the right. Adding on here, reaching the right hand up overhead. And then from here, we'll cross the right hand and find the left knee and pull the knees in towards each other, like we're pulling the skin of the knees up, finding a stretch through the upper back. And then the other side, inhale, reach fingertips up towards the ceiling and twisting to the left. Right hand stays where it is, left hand reaches overhead. And then finding the opposite knee with the left hand, rounding through the back. Release out of this and come into one more tabletop. The farther your heels are away, the more stretch you'll feel in the shoulder joint. The closer they are, the more strengthening you might feel in the shoulder joint. So pick which one you like. And release the hips back down towards the fingertips. And moving into an Ardha Navasana boat pose. So reaching the fingertips forward, shins come parallel with the floor. Point through the feet, flex through the toes, spread them nice and wide. Squeeze the inner thighs together. You can stay right here or bring your hands behind the hamstrings or behind you if your low back is not liking this. You can also straighten the legs. And from our boat, we'll just slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Drawing both knees into the chest. And with the hands on the knees, bring your knees out wide and then forward and then back in. And we'll do some circles here through the hip joint. And reversing direction. And from here, placing the left sole of the foot to the earth, interlace the hands behind the right hamstring. And we'll straighten through the right leg and we'll point and flex through the foot. And then bend through the knee very gently, very mindfully. Very demure. Point, flex, and bend. This works the nerve that runs along the back of the leg, the back of the knee. And then from here, we'll place the right sole of the foot to meet the left and drop the right knee down. If it feels okay, extending that left leg. So now we're in a reclined tree pose and just noticing here how that feels. And then we'll bring the right sole of the foot to the mat, draw the left knee into the chest, and we'll do that on the other side. Interlace the hands around the left hamstring, straighten the leg, point, flex, and bend the knee. And then release the sole of the foot to meet the right. Drop the left knee down and extend that right leg down the mat, just pressing the heel away. You may notice one side is a little tighter than the other. And bringing that left sole of the foot back to the mat. Bring the right knee into the chest, the left knee into the chest, and we'll rock and roll. Find that C curve with the spine, tuck the chin under. And however you like to get there, moving into a child's pose. Forehead comes to the mat. I keep my head lifted here so you can hear me in the mic. And just taking a moment to set your personal intention, if anything that I said inspired an intention today, maybe standing with more confidence, or is there an area of your life where you can surrender or be more flexible with? Would you let go of a little bit more control? And reach your hands a little farther forward. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Tuck your toes under. And lift your hips. Unfold into a down dog. And if it feels okay, you can pedal out through the feet gently. Perhaps saying yes or no with the head. Any movement that feels authentic to you today. And just small steps forward to the front of the mat. You'll find yourself in a ragdoll. A nice generous bend through the knees as much as possible, bringing the torso atop the thighs. And reaching your opposite hand to your opposite elbow onto the opposite side of the world and your opposite house. Or you can just grab your elbows. And bring your forearms over your head. And perhaps sway side to side. Releasing the hands, press through the feet, and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. And from here, lifting and spreading the toes, feeling the arches of the feet lift, and slowly release them down. Broadening through the collarbone, stretching the fingers towards the ground. So there's a couple options here to protect your knees when your legs are straight and so you don't hyperextend. One of them is just to keep a nice, invisible but soft bend through the knees. Or you can imagine pressing the thigh bones downward. And as you do that, you might start to feel the quadriceps lift up and strengthen a bit. And that just helps to protect the knee joint a little here as we have straight legs. But there's no need to have perfectly straight legs at any point. You can always just practice with a micro bend. It's really your preference of practice and what feels better to you and your body. And from here, we'll find a balance. So bring the right foot slightly center. Lift the left leg, left knee about hip height. Sweep the arms back behind you. Send the left leg back behind you. Maybe pause here for a moment in your airplane. And then big step back. We'll come right into a 5-pointed star. All 10 toes are forward. Nice big expansive reach and your confident star. Bring the hands to the hips, elbows squeeze together. And just take a peek at your feet. Make sure the outer edges are parallel. as we float on down to our wide-legged forward fold. And from here, we'll add a little release of the back in our wide-legged forward fold, reaching the palms a little farther forward. They can be blocks if you need. And nice and wide, so we're almost like we're in a down dog, but our feet are nice and wide. And just allowing the shoulder blades, the heart to melt between the shoulder blades. And then just lift up halfway and walk your hands over to the right. Back to center and over to the left. Moving gently. And then walking your hands to the back of the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right into your down dog once again. Inhale forward into a plank. Shoulders over wrist. Energetically pressing back with the heels, drawing the outer hips into a nice strong plank. Shifting forward onto the toes, elbows bend in. You may drop the thighs to the floor and lowering all the way down. Tops of the feet press into the mat, drag the hands towards the feet, and inhale, heart pulls forward into your Cobra Bhujangasana. Exhale, pressing up, right back into plank, and into down dog. Soft bend through the knees. And however is kindest for your knees, stepping forward to the front of the mat. I find small steps a little kinder to the knees than coming into a lunge. So that's what we'll do today. We're hopping and right into our forward fold. From here, you can take a peek at your feet. Make sure the heels are right aligned behind the middle toes. Press through the feet. Inhale, rising on up. Hands come through to heart center and by your side, Tadasana Mountain Pose. And we'll do that right onto the other side. So find your balance here, lifting the right knee just hip height. Inhale. And exhale, sweep the hands behind you. Sweep the right leg behind you. And it's my right knee today, so I'm keeping that right leg a little bent, a little awkward, a little unpretty. That's okay. Take a breath here. And exhale right back into your 5-pointed star. And just come right on down to a wide-legged forward fold. And walk your hands all the way to the back of the mat. Stepping the right foot back to meet the left. Plank. Shifting on forward, lowering on down. Inhale, arching up. And exhale, pressing up and back. Down dog. Mosey on forward to a forward fold. And inhale with a flat back rising all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands come through to heart center and by your side, Tadasana Mountain Pose. Adding on here, take the right foot slightly center, lift the left knee, hip height to find your balance, and maybe you bring the sole of the foot to the inside of the ankle joint. Maybe you can find the ankle with the left hand and bring it to the inner thigh. Maybe we can do tree pose. These pants are super slippery. Okay. And then from here, Release the foot and just lift the knee again. Sweep the left leg behind you. And right back through to a wide-legged forward fold. Moving into a Trikonasana, turning the left toes out. Flipping the left palm up. And keep this triangle nice and expansive with the chest, not collapsing into it. Reach, reach, reach into your Trikonasana triangle pose. And this is where you might like to find that lift of quadricep into the left leg, dragging the feet in towards each other. Nice strong legs here. Take a breath. And release the right hand behind the back. Reach the left fingertips forward. Scoop the air up. And if you can, windmill the hands left then right, or however you can get there into your plank, lowering down all the way or halfway into chaturanga if you like. Tops of the feet for up dog. And exhale, down dog. And take a peek while you're here in down dog. Just peek at your knees and make sure they're both pointed forward. I heard that. If they're not, that can put a little unnecessary repetitive strain on your knees that you don't need in your practice. So try to build the habit of having both knees pointed forward in your down dog. Even if that means your feet might be a little turned out or in, because our bodies are not all perfectly aligned. Take a breath here. Stepping forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, rising on up. Exhale, hands to heart center and by your side, Tadasana, mountain pose. And we'll do the tree on the other side. So find your balance here, left foot slightly center. And bring the sole of the foot to the ankle joint or anywhere along the leg. You can hang on to a wall here if you need. I'm going to keep it down low because that didn't feel great on my knee. So we're going to do tree this way today. And then bring the knee forward and just lift it hip height. Send it on back. And right back to a 5-pointed star. Turn the right toes out. Now we're in Trikonasana on this side. And nice big expansive reach. And reach, reach, reach. Reach, reach, reach. If it feels okay and you're not gazing towards the thumb. Flip the left palm out, thumb facing down, release it behind your back. Scoop the air with the right hand. And exhale, windmill the hands, right then left. Let's just lower all the way down to our bellies for a Samastah. Reach the palms forward, walk the hips back, take a breath here. And exhale, swing the arms back behind you, lifting everything you got up off the floor. And pause here. Bring your hands by your side and press on up and back into another child's pose. And from here, we'll just come into a seat. Bring the left shin forward and the right shin comes behind you, twisting to the left, reaching the right hand back behind you. And then from here, coming forward to center, flex through that right foot and see if you're able to lift the right foot up off the floor without moving the hips too much. It might just be energetic and you might not see anything. And release the foot down. And we'll just switch to the other side. Bring the right shin forward, the left shin back behind you, and twist to the right like you're reaching for something back behind you. And returning back to center. Flex through the left foot and see if you can lift that left foot right up off the floor. And release it down. Swing both soles of the feet forward. Reach the fingertips forward and slowly lower onto your back. Place the soles of the feet to the mat. Walk your heels nice and close. Let's lift up into a bridge pose if that feels wise on your knees today. Lifting the hips up. And slowly lowering the hips back down. Extend the left leg long. Draw the right knee into the chest. And cross it over to the left. Coming into a reclined twist. Extending that right arm. Maybe gazing towards the right. Drawing the right knee back to center. Draw the left knee into the chest. Extend the right leg long. And over to the right hand side. Draw the knee into the chest. Draw both knees into the chest. And finish out here, hands onto the knees. And draw circles with the knees, giving your low back a little massage. And reverse the direction. Other postures or movements you'd like to get out before you finish practice, now is your time. Otherwise, extending the legs for final posture of class Shavasana. Taking a moment to integrate and process the practice and meditation. This is where I will leave you. If you would like a guided meditation, there is a link in the description to a guided meditation, guided Shavasana. Otherwise, you're free to turn off your devices and fully embrace the present moment. Perhaps you want to find some ice after practice today. That's what I will be doing. To ice your knees. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that your knee feels better. I hope my knee starts to feel better. And we can bend and kneel once again. Thank you and namaste.